Hey guys, Break here. Today we're going to be talking about Mythic Plus, in particular how to use WoW Progress and the Mythic Plus score system to help get you into better and higher level keys. For those of you who don't know this problem, then if you just look, if you want to get into a 15 plus, for example, and we'll scroll down to a 17, look, plus 17, 1k8 ms. You're like, what's that? Then if I sign up and say 1900 resto, there it is. And we may well get an invite once they've looked me up. Same again, this is particular for anything above 15, 17, look, checking WoW progress, 1.9k plus, EOA 1600 plus, plus 17 Court of Stars, checking WoW progress, again, sign up to that, say 1900 resto, Blackrock Hold 2k ms, so I might not get into that, but again, we'll sign up, 1900 resto, and you guys get the idea. Basically, if you want to get into high keys, a lot of people now are asking for WoW Progress Mythic Plus score of a certain level. And there you go, just got invited to this Blackrock, the plus 17, 2k ms, so I didn't even quite have the score, but I still got invited. And look, I mean, the min item level is 925, I'm only 929, so I'm not that much higher. But I still got invited because of my Mythic Plus score. So it is a really useful tool that you need to get a grip of if you want to be successful in finding groups for high level keys. So what you want to do is come on to wowprogress.com, the website. Just type in WoW Progress onto Google. There you'll get your character and realm. So this is me now, but if we type in my friend Rochi, here he is, his Death Knight. Click on that, press go, and it will bring up Rochi's WoW Progress. Now it has a lot of things. Here is item level, his sim DPS, and his Mythic Plus score. This is the most important thing. The Mythic Plus Karma is this new thing they've added where you can rate people on how nice they are, basically. But not many people seem to be taking notice of that. The Mythic Plus Proving Ground score is to do with the Mythic Plus Invitational that's been happening the next 2 weeks. Again, don't take too much notice of that. It's this you want, the Mythic Plus score. The DPS just shows you where you're ranked as DPS, but this is your major one. As you can see, his is rubbish, but I will briefly explain. So we go down here, and this is the Mythic Plus score breakdown. So here it tells you the level of each dungeon you've run. For example, he's done a Mythic 15 Halls, that's his best Halls of Valor, and he's got a score of 154 for it. Similarly, he's got a 12 Dark Heart Thicket, score of 126. And if you mouse over, it will say what percent of the timer. So he did it 75%, so he had 25% time left, which is pretty good. I've just come over to my rankings for a bit better example. So my score isn't amazing by any means. I'm just doing this video to show you how you can perhaps improve your chances of getting in one of these groups. So my score is 1920. All that is adds up every single dungeon. You get a score for each dungeon, the highest and quickest you do it, and that adds up to your total score. So first of all, you want to be doing every dungeon. If you've got a dungeon missing, or at least a reasonably high dungeon missing, you're going to have a very low score, because that takes out, you know, that would take out 200 off my score if I was missing Blackrock Hold, for example. So what you really want to do is make sure you've run every single dungeon on at least a plus 10, because that's going to get you around 100 score for each, and then you can start building on your score from there. But you definitely want to do at least a plus 10 of every single Legion dungeon. I'll briefly explain how the scoring system works. So first off, it's based off of the key level. So key level is more important than time. So an 18 if you do it exactly on time, you're going to get 180. A 17, you're going to get 170. A 12, you're going to get 120. You get it. Now, the various scores are due to the timing. So anything you do above the timer, as in you fail to beat the timer, the score will start to go down. For example, my cathedral I did 140% of the timer, so I was 40% over, so I've only got 139 score instead of the 150 if I did it on time. In a similar vein, Dark Heart Thicket 160% of the score, so it's quite a lot below 180, which it would be if we did it exactly on time. It's 164. But you get the picture. Even if you're doing, 161%, that's a very slow Mythic 18 I did. But it's still my highest score because it's an 18, so its base is 180. In the same vein, if you can do it quicker than the time limit, you're going to get a better score. My Halls of Valor was in 82% of the timer, so I had 18% left. I think we two-chested it, and so that means I've got 174 scored. I'm actually not sure if I two-chested it or not, but whatever. So we scored above 170 because we did the 17 in time. So that's the basic idea. You want to do as high keys as possible for every single dungeon. It doesn't really even matter if you do it in time. If you can do an 18 of each dungeon, but really, really slow, you're still going to get about 160 for each. Even if you're doing it in like almost twice the time that's needed, you're going to get 160 for each, and that would still be a pretty decent score overall. It'd be 1760, I believe, which can get you into pretty high keys. People very rarely ask for above 2k. If you have a 2k score, you're generally going to get into any key. Some people have like 2.2k, they're like the super nerds. But you want to aim for about 2k if you want to do the very highest keys. But anything above 1600 is going to give you a good chance of getting in keys. So yeah, that's how the Mythic score works. Just remember to do every dungeon on a reasonably high key and you're going to get a half decent score. And then, as I say, all you have to do is look for a high key. Again, 2k, those guys are still looking for a healer. I rejected them. More of Souls 17, like I need to do a More of Souls. Halls of Valor, whatever, you get the idea. You just sign up, whisper them your score, they'll check you on WoW Progress, and then hopefully they will invite you. Anyway, that was a quick little guide on the Mythic Plus score system and how to get into high level keys. Hope you found it useful, and until next time, see ya!